Hi guys, welcome to Game Changers, the show that brings you off-menu barbecue. A few things that maybe you've never dreamt of, and a couple that you've definitely never thought of, cooked over fire. In this block of episodes, we're going to be approaching a few cuts and dishes that I'd say probably aren't as shocking as the last ones, but hopefully will bring something new to the table. This time I'll be making Skilpadjies. Skilpadjies is a traditional Braai recipe from South Africa. It's very similar to a faggot, which is it's basically an offal meatball. It's covered in caul fat and it's called Skilpadjies because essentially it means little tortoise because it looks a bit like a tortoise shell when it's finished. So in terms of the actual ingredients for this recipe, it is really simple. So we've got around about 400 to 500 grams, because I didn't weigh it because I forgot, of lamb mince. That is going to be mixed together with around about 4 lamb's livers that I've minced this morning. And then we've got some Braai salt in here, which is a mix of salt, pepper, powdered garlic, onion and allspice. And then we're going to wrap that, once we've got them into some nice little meatball shapes, I'm going to wrap that in caul fat, which looks gnarly as hell, but it is going to hold everything together and give us that nice little tortoiseshell finish at the end. What I'm going to do, I'm going to start off by cooking them directly on the Hellrzr. I've put a little bit of applewood on there. So we've got some charcoal at the bottom, then some applewood pieces just to kind of give us a little bit of a smoky flavour. But it's not going to be over the direct heat for long. I'm literally just going to sort of seal them for 5 or 6 minutes. Then I'll move them over to the right hand side of the grill. And then that is going to be indirect until the end. We're going to be looking to take these up to around about 57 to 62 degrees. No more than that, or they will start to dry out. And I will also give them a little spray during the cook just to make sure the caul fat stays moist and we get a nice crisp finish, but we don't want to dry them out. The worst thing you can possibly do to caul fat is make it really crispy because you've got a lot of fat content in the lamb. So that is going to have to just take a little bit of moisture from the outside as well. So first things first is the lamb. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get that nice and sort of broken up, ready to be mixed. Okay, and then we're going to add the liver. Now I'm not going to add all of this because it will make it quite, a little bit too loose. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get a nice big sort of handful of that. How you feeling about that, Clarky?
It's fucking disgusting.
Cool, okay. So we're going to pop that in there and then just give it a bit of a mix. And we can take a view on if we need any more liver in there. I reckon we could probably do a little bit more than that. So let's just pop a little bit more in. We can probably get away with just a touch more because I really want Clarky to taste the liver. You can't see this, but he's behind the camera shaking his head. Nothing added to it. It's literally, I think it's about 4 big chunks of lamb's liver, and I've just popped those in the mincer this morning. Obviously, you could probably ask your butcher to do that, but I've got a mincing attachment for my mixer inside. Again, like I've said before in different episodes, I do quite like to get my hands dirty, so not really an issue. So now we're going to pop the Braai salt in there. That's our seasoning. Again, that is allspice, salt, pepper, garlic and onion powder. And we're going to mix it all together, and that will hopefully make it look more appetizing for Clarky until we wrap it in the caul fat. So the intention is as well, we're not going to make massive balls here like traditionally, like faggots, they're quite big, aren't they? Well, with this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do quite small ones. So that piece of caul fat here might actually do us for however many I actually get out of this. I should get about 4 or 5 out of this. I'm aiming for 4. But you can see with the caul fat as well, you can see you wouldn't necessarily think that splays out, you just think it's a lump of fat. But when you really get in there, you can see that it's quite intricate. And it's just going to help us hold everything together. So what that usually does, this caul fat, is this goes around internal organs. So this is from a lamb or a sheep, and it basically just keeps all their internal organs together. Get it from around like the edge of the stomach and those kind of areas. And it's used in quite a lot of dishes, especially like old-fashioned ones, if I'm honest. It's less used these days because people like binders. Oh, and I'll be honest, I don't really like the binders that people tend to use in these kind of dishes anymore, because it's usually bread and things like that. It's stuff you don't need. Realistically, everything you need to make a dish like this is in the animal. So, there you go. Number one. So the next stage, we need to get these wrapped in the caul fat, get them ready to go on the grill, and they're really not going to take that long to cook. So this is probably the bit that people would be a little bit more squeamish about, but it's super easy, and I'm about to show you how easy it is. So I'm going to just take that to its thinnest point, and just get that wrapped up there. Just get it nice and tight, then we'll cut across that. Any gaps, just make sure you can stretch it over and it will just naturally stick to itself. Skilpadjies. Like this. Like this. Like this. I'm just going to pop these on the Hellrzr now. So again, pop them just one level up there, and I'll pop these right on that grill. So we get a really mild sizzle to know you're at the right temperature, which is good. I like this. I like this. I like this. So now it's the moment of truth. We're going to have a little try, and ultimately we're going to see if we can convert Clarky on the benefits of a Skilpadjie. Here he is, Ginger Santa. We're going to give it a go. Skilpadjies, first one. Get stuck in.
So I need to go for an end piece really, don't I, to get the most of the scrotum bit?
Yeah, so this piece will be good.
And I'll go for this little piece here.
Yeah. Oh, there's a second bite, which is always good.
Nice. Oh, that is actually nice. Very surprised. It's going to sound stupid, it's very lamby, which I'm not used to, because I don't usually eat lamb. But flavour, texture, everything about that's really nice. I think it's one of those dishes again, you're much better cooking it and serving it to someone without them knowing, because 90% of that is how fucking disgusting it looks while you're cooking it. But when I'm lucky, I like that.
There you go. That's a win. So there we have it, Skilpadjies. The heavens have just opened as we finished, so I think that's that's a good sign that we're done. Really simple. This is just lamb mince, lamb's liver, nice little bit of Braai salt, but you can use any seasoning or dry rub that you want, wrapped in the caul fat, which is literally, honestly, you would get that almost for free from most butchers because no one's going to ask for it. So give these a try. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm about to go and finish these all off myself. See you on the next one.